Hey everybody, Jason here. I recorded a video for an unboxing of a couple of Rogue Trader books and a Tales of Equestria book, and the intro got a little messed up, so I'm just re-recording the intro and uh, letting you guys know that was messed up. So, if the quality of the video is different come like a minute in, that's why I had to kind of re-record the intro. But anyway, I got a couple books in the mail. And the box that I had ordered, the box that they were shipped in, was wet. So my wife opened the box up for me because I was at work still when it came. She got home before I did, or maybe I was podcasting. Actually, I think I was at I don't know if I was at my podcast or what I was doing, but anyway, the books were delivered. The box was kind of wet and soggy. She opened them up to make sure they were okay, and so the box was actually destroyed. There was no box to actually unbox from. So it's an unboxing video with no box that the stuff's taken out of. They're just sitting here on the desk. So anyway, that's why it may look a little odd that I'm doing an unboxing with no box. It's just like, it looks like I just bought the stuff from the store. But anyway, that's why it looks a little weird. The box got messed up, and you probably didn't need this shitty intro, but that's okay. So anyway, hope you enjoy the video. Peace. So the first thing I have here is two books for the Rogue Trader role-playing game. We've got Fallen Suns and Edge of the Abyss. Fallen Suns is part 3 of a adventure trilogy for the Warp Storm. I've got the second book. I don't have the first book. I don't own the Rogue Trader role-playing game. However, there is a new version of Warhammer 40k coming out called Wrath and Glory, and I want to get that. The system looks really cool. My intentions are to get that and kind of convert a couple of these modules to that system, and play that way. See if that focuses. May take a moment. Fallen Suns, again, is the third book in a trilogy of adventures. So I've got to get the first book even to get through converting this over. There's not a ton of art in here that I can show you guys. There's a little bit. Here's a pretty decent looking picture. I've got some new lighting I'm working with, so hopefully it doesn't glare too much in here. If it does, I apologize. The other book here, Edge of the Abyss, says it's Dread Mysteries Beyond the Maw, M-A-W. I think it's got an adventure in it, but the book itself is not an adventure. It's, from what I understand, it's a supplement about the Coronis Expanse, which I don't know much about because I've never really actually played 40k or Rogue Trader, but it's like a source book slash gosh, I don't want to say mini adventures because that's not right. Maybe scenarios, possibly, I guess. Like I said, there's an adventure in it, but it's got stuff about like the societies of certain races and things like that. And here, I'll read you the contents. Chapter 1 is like Legends, Myths, and Lies. Chapter 2 is Islands in the Void. And it talks about like the Dominion of Mazes, Stations of Passage, some ragged worlds. Chapter 3 is Foes and Rivals, which self-explanatory. It's got Orcs, Eldar, Kroot, Rakghoul, Strixus, and some Reavers, things like that. Chapter 4 is Famous Rogue Traders. So it's got 6 different famous NPCs, Rogue Traders. And Chapter 5 is Vaults of the Forgotten, which I think that's the actual adventure. Let's go to page 100 and take a look at some of these people. Oh, it's even got their details of their ships too. That's pretty badass. Like the first guy here we have is Caligos Winterscale. See if I can get a picture of him. The artwork that Games Workshop and Fantasy Flight put into all of their Warhammer stuff, whether it's fantasy or 40K, all that stuff is just amazing. It's so beautiful. The production values are just perfect, top notch. All their books are full color, really high quality pages. Everything's just so nice, expensive but nice. But I got these books on clearance on a website, so I paid next to nothing for them. So hopefully they come in handy. But so this other book here, this Fallen Sons, has got very little artwork in it also. Check out this guy. There's a decent one. See if that goes into focus for you guys. Like for example, this book has 2 chapters. Chapter 1, and I guess chapter 1 is the gazetteer for the area that this takes place in, the area of space it takes place in. And chapter 2 is the actual adventure itself. And then it's got an NPC appendix in it. It's got different NPCs, ships and cruisers, things like that. So interesting stuff. Maybe a while before it comes into play for me, although probably not as long as this next book here. This book is one that I got for my daughter. I've slowly been putting together a collection of role-playing games for her for when she gets older. Hopefully she has an interest in them. It's the Tales of Equestria role-playing game, My Little Pony Tales of Equestria. This book, however, is the Bestiary of Equestria, a guide to the creatures of Tales of Equestria. It's a really, really nice, unique little system that this uses. I'm not going to do a review of this system or this game because I have an intention of doing a review of all the products for it, because I own everything that's been released so far for the system. I'm a completist for a lot of things, and I again, hopefully my daughter has interest in playing this when she gets older. She's only 1.5 years old. But I've been playing, role-playing games off and on since I was in middle school with my best friend. So, I think she'll have fun with this. My wife has shown interest in it. And she's really particularly excited about this because the production values on this is licensed by Hasbro and released by Riverhorse Games and Shinobi 7 are the 2 companies that put this out, and the production values are ridiculous, top notch. It's all stills and artwork taken from the TV show, and it's got everything. I mean, like this right here is the bestiary. I'll go to the table of contents here. It's 5 chapters. The creatures of chapter 1 is the creatures of Equestria. Chapter 2 is creating critters. So there's a chapter on creating new monsters and stuff to fight against. Chapter 3 is ponies of Equestria. So you get actual NPC stats from characters from the show in case you want to have them show up in your adventures, or if your kids want to play as their favorite pony. Chapter 4 is new talents and quirks, which, if you know anything about role-playing games, that's probably self-explanatory. And Chapter 5 is new player races, which that was particularly exciting for me because it's got some really cool stuff in it. And I will go back to it real quick and tell you what they are. Look at this real quick. Look at this picture. That's an example of some of the artwork that's in this. It's amazing. The artwork and production values, it's all full color. There's no black and white. Everything is just, again, just like Fantasy Flight Games, is top notch. You couldn't ask for something more exciting for your kids to get them excited about role-playing games or you know, or just playing in general. So the new player races in this are the Pegasus, a dragon, a griffin, the earth pony, a buffalo, a diamond dog, unicorn, which you can play Pegasus and earth pony in the original game, but there's other information on here about them. Changeling, a crystal pony, and that is it for this book anyway. Some of the other books have other stuff, but this is just really exciting. The dice system that this uses is very simple, but it's very unique. Definitely one of the most rules light things I've ever come across, but still enough crunch to keep you invested in it, and you know, keep your attention going. Find another bit of artwork real quick for you. Find a good example of something that's interesting, and like, oh, here's a 2-page spread with some dragons and stuff in it. How cool is that? What kid wouldn't want to play in this world? And a lot of these are characters. Well, I mean, obviously all of these creatures and stuff appeared in the show and the movie, but there's so many things that are like tropes or things that would appear in D&D. Like there's a mimic, a manticore. I'm like, who would think that a mimic from, you know, that's, as far as I know, was made popular or created for D&D would be in My Little Pony. That's pretty sweet. Phoenix, Masked Matterhorn is, I guess, a unique character. She's in here. There's a bunch of secret characters, or a bunch of the horses are in here. Here's an example. These look like they're probably superhero alter egos for these or the ponies in the show. I could be wrong because I don't really watch it. I've seen a couple episodes, but that. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. And that stat block there will give you an example of characters in the game. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys. 2 Rogue Trader books and a Tales of Equestria book, The Bestiary of Equestria. Very cool stuff. I highly recommend it, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.